Good morning, Stewart's Chapel. Brother Don Pierson here in Don Counts, and we're at my home, and we're in the front yard. And this is Thursday's devotion, and we're in James chapter 3. James chapter 3, verses 13 through 16. Now, we looked at verse 13 yesterday, but this really is one whole section. So let's read verses 13 through 16, and here's the question. Are you a doorway for the devil? Are you a doorway for the devil? Now, what's interesting is, remember, he is writing to Jewish Christians, Jews that had been scattered either because of the captivity many centuries earlier, or through the persecution of the Jewish Christians in Jerusalem. But either way, he's writing to Jewish Christians, and he basically is asking them, are you aware that you are a doorway to Satan? And what does that look like? So verse 13 through 16. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show by good conduct that his works are done in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter envy and self-seeking in your hearts, do not boast and lie against the truth. This wisdom does not descend from above, but is earthly, sensual, and demonic. For where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. Pretty strong language, but very clear. As we move on into the book of James, we're going to see that these Jewish Christians have become a doorway for the enemy, a doorway for Satan. They will prove that they aren't wise as he describes godly wisdom. They have proved that they really aren't as understanding as they think, that their conduct is not good but evil. They don't walk with meekness or humility. They walk with arrogance and pride. They're boastful. They are consumed with self. And because they are consumed with self, they not only have an envy of others, but they have a bitter envy. I've tried to think about what that looks like and see if I know anyone like that. And honestly, fortunately, I can't think of anyone in my experience in my 63 years of someone I would say that was consumed by a bitter envy. Now, I have known some Christians that had a problem with envy, jealousy, and covetousness, but I'm not sure I've ever met a Christian or even a lost person that had bitter envy. Envy is bad enough. Jealousy is bad enough. Covetousness is bad enough. But when you add that with bitterness, it talks about a heart that is angry, that is obsessive in the way God has blessed somebody else. Now remember, he's talking to Jewish Christians. He's talking to Christians who are bitterly envious, and they're self-seeking. It's all about them. And he even says it's self-seeking in your hearts. You lie against the truth. What's that look like for them in this way? That somewhere in their mind, they have forgotten the truth of the incredible great blessings and the joint heirs that they are. They almost feel left out, like somebody has more than them. They forget that they're a body. Now that's hard for us as Americans. It's hard in the Western world. We are a very individualistic culture and society. We are prone to selfishness and self-seeking and self-serving. We are driven by our egos. Everything is about us. We have a hard time with the Middle Eastern idea of a people. And yet, it wasn't just Israel that was considered one. The church. They are lying to the truth that they're part of a body, that they are supposed to be one. But where does this come from? It doesn't descend from above. It ascends from within the earth. It's everything about this world. It's earthly. It's sensual or lustful. It's never satisfied. It's always wanting, which it leads to the bitter envy and self-seeking. But it's demonic. It's demonic. It is driven by the god of this world, which we know as the devil or the demon. You see, somewhere along the line, this group of Christians opened the door for the enemy, and everything about him has filled them. And where this is, it says exists. In other words, this is their new state of being. It's confusion. It's every evil thing. Well, not a place where I want to be. And definitely not a church, a group of Christians that I would want to minister to. In a little bit, you'll just see how ugly this gets. Guard your hearts, my friends. Love you.